Okay, so recently we finished reading the book, The Curious Incident of the Dog at the Nighttime. I first read this book long time ago when I was in high school at Taewonego, and then I found this book really interesting. And then you guys reading this book as a fifth grader, sixth grader, and seventh grader is really amazing. And then you showed great understanding of the book. So I would like to praise you on that. And then let's do the final analysis of the book. So, what would be the major lessons of the curious incident of the dog? The first thing is about accepting diversity. So, when we think of the individuals who have special learning disabilities, like people with autism, we don't really have positive, pos- positive opinions towards those people. When we see those people, we feel uncomfortable, um, and that we just cannot understand why they make weird noises. But then while reading the novel, I was able to uh, get a window into Christopher Spoon's mind. And I learned that from the way he described how the information, the visual information and auditory information are overwhelming his senses. I was able to experience vicariously what kind of burden it would be for Christopher to go through everyday interaction with people. So I was able to have more understanding towards people with special needs. So the novel gives us the important lesson of valuing diversity and then recognizing differences in other people so that we won't have unnecessary prejudice and bias against others. The second theme and then the second important lesson of the novel is, I guess, family. So the protagonist's family is broken. The two parents are divorced from each other, but then I think the novel still wants to depict family as a source of support and conflict. So Christopher's mom leaves the family because she feels overburdened with having to take care of a kid with disability. And then what does she find at the end? She left with her lover, but then he doesn't really seem to care about her. When he sees the potential of taking extra responsibility, he just leaves instantly. And then from that point, every individual in the novel, every member of the family realizes how important family is and how it can be a source of comfort and support that no one else can provide you. So I think if Christopher parents had been honest enough to share their difficulties to each other, I don't think they would have arrived at the consequence of getting divorced from each other. If Christopher's mom had shared her difficulty to her dad, and then Christopher's dad also had been more honest about his feelings, he would not have caused his son to feel so betrayed after finding out that the dad had killed Wellington. So I think the novel suggests the importance of honesty and the importance of communication within family members. So families can be really flawed and family relationships can be really challenging, but definitely it's worth preserving because it gives us a source. It's a source of love and support and growth. And then there are many literary symbols, I think. So this novel is basically a coming of age novel. So when Christopher hops onto the train and then for the first time goes on an adventure, a long journey in his life, it definitely signifies the growth, the mental growth and also physical growth on Christopher's part. He feels very uncomfortable in the middle of a crowd, but he's willing to fight against that anxiety for his goal and for his purpose. So it represents his courage and willingness to change and adapt. The second is the Swiss Army knife that he keeps in his pocket all the time. It also signifies his anxiety and fear and then his instinct to protect himself. So it means that he feels very insecure at the moment. Lastly, the A level math test that Christopher seems so obsessed over, he finally takes it and then he passes it with an A, and he proves to the world that he's able at something. So this symbolizes Christopher's intellectual ability and also great potential. So there could be some individuals in society who seem odd and a little bit off, a little bit different, but then it suggests to us that every individual has a talent and every individual has unique ability. And then if that person is able to find it, that person can prosper and be successful in society. And the A level test also represents Christopher's desire to get recognition from other people. Although Christopher talks as if he doesn't care about interacting with other people, he actually does secretly. He wants to get recognition from others. So when I read the last part of the novel, I felt really happy. It was a happy ending. So I would like to read the quote from the last part of the novel. Christopher said, "And I know I can do this because I went to London on my own and because I solved the mystery of who killed Wellington and I found my mother and I was brave and I wrote a book and that means I can do anything." So he got this self-confidence after the adventure that he can do anything in the future. So Christopher being really feeling really confident and then getting improved on his self-esteem, I think it gives a very positive message to teenagers who might be reading this novel that if you are ready to get outside your comfort zone and then try something difficult and challenging, the process of it can be really difficult. But then if you get over it after you're done with it, you feel like you have grown 1 inch. And then if you accumulate 1 inch by inch, then you're going to find yourself very mature intellectually, also in terms of your personality and also academically. So I really like the ending of the novel very much. Okay, that was my final analysis of the novel. Thank you so much.